Testing, testing.
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 I want to tell you about the most important thing ever.
What is it this time, Hamlet?
That is really serendipitous. Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody, I'm Phillip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. Ironically enough, we are watching something I didn't tell you we were going to watch, called Four Hamlets.
Wow.
Yeah. And to God, he had no idea we were going to do this. This is an impromptu video.
Yes, honestly, the only image in my mind was Hamlet carrying a skull.
Huh.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well.
Yeah.
And we get 4 of them, actually, in this.
Yeah, this is a short video that we were asked by a patron on Patreon to review and watch and talk about. I think it's the same scene with 4 actors. It's only like 5 minutes long though, so it's just like maybe like a little bit of a monologue or something. But it is. Remember the show Sherlock?
Mm-hmm.
It's Sherlock and Moriarty, and then from Doctor Who it is Master Nova and the Master. Those 4 actors, I think, are doing the same part of Hamlet, but it's just their 4 interpretations of this thing. I've been to show it to you for a while, but we just have been really busy. And
Act 2, Scene 2.
Yeah. So that'll be something fun to watch.
Yes.
Talk about. It's related to things we already talk about with Doctor Who. We've watched Sherlock, so watching it now. We could watch it again for you if you wanted to. You could hear me rant about Stephen Moffat if you would like that. But before we get into anything else, 2 disclaimers. Number 1, we apologize for any stammering, stuttering, and slurring in our mouth noise, louder, which either a Midwestern accent. I have a speech impediment and glandular issues. I do my best to remove things in post, but sometimes I go through. I do apologize. It's funny, when I moved away from the Midwest, people couldn't. I could talk so fast. I had to teach myself how to talk slower when I moved to different places. People couldn't understand what I was saying. So if you can't, I'm sorry, but I try and talk slower. I had to teach myself in my younger years, which are long gone. Disclaimer number 2: it is hot. It is hot. This is our 3rd thing tonight we've recorded. This is like the 4th hour that we've recorded. We have 2 fans on us due to the heat. So if the audio sounds a little canned or a little weird, it's because I had to remove the fan noise from the audio. And I'm not a professional. I'm self-taught, so I do my best.
Even the professionals had to start from somewhere.
There you go.
So be nice.
Yeah, that doesn't work. If you don't want to be nice, don't be nice. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of trying to please everyone and trying to be Mr. Nice Guy.
All right, in that case, mind your own business whenever you can. There.
I think it was. I haven't watched any of his stuff in years, but I think Manny MUA would start his videos like, if you don't like the video, you don't like me, don't fucking watch. And I'm like, yeah. Just fucking go away. Like, I don't have time for this. Internet. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, by the way, don't forget about that.
I should make you the official like, share, and subscribe person, because I don't like doing it. But you're good at communicating with the audience in a way that's not like, shut the fuck up. No. All right. Ready to check this out?
Yes.
I'm feisty. All right, without further ado, let's crack the egg. Much like Pearl did on this Hamlet thing.
Now I am alone.
Now I am alone.
Now I'm alone.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I!
Force his soul so to his own conceit, suiting with forms to his conceit.
What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her?
Peak like John o' Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing.
A damned defeat was made. Am I a coward?
Am I a coward?
Am I a coward?
Tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie of the throat as deep as to the lungs. Who does me this? Huh?
I should take it, for it cannot be but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter.
Slaves, awful, bloody, bawdy villain! Remorseless, lecherous.
This is most brave. The son of a dear father murdered.
Must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words.
Fly upon it, foe! About my brain!
Have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul.
For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ.
I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father.
Abuses me. To damn me.
Wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Four different takes.
Yeah.
4 different styles.
4 interpretations. Yeah. And it's all 4 actors that we're familiar with.
Yes. And it does seem like it would be the way that they would
Yeah.
play Hamlet
Yeah.
if they were.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Like when Cumberbatch popped up, I was like, yeah, this is how he would just be like, ugh, I'm Smaug. I'm gonna crawl around and drool all over the floor. But it was good. Which one did you like the most, do you think?
I suppose it would be either Sherlock or Master Nova.
Okay, the Doctor. Yeah, yeah.
They seem to have the most passion.
If you could rank them 4 to 1, like least to favorite, do you think you could do that? Because you would have Moriarty, the Master, Sherlock, and the Doctor.
Moriarty seemed to have a very flat,
Yes.
very
yes.
flat
Yes. Yes, he did.
take on it.
I'm glad you heard that too.
As if he were,
Reciting.
yes,
I literally wrote, like, what am I saying? Reciting lines versus delivering lines.
yes.
That was my
problem with it.
Yeah, it was, yeah, you perfectly, yeah. I'm glad you noticed that too, because
It sounded like someone in a high school class, oh, it's now your turn to do the reading, and did the reading.
yeah.
And
Especially for as, like, much as he sunk his teeth into Moriarty. Yeah. I expected a little more. I'm sorry if that was your favorite one. And Andrew Scott, like him. He's a fine actor. And he's a fine man. But
we're talking about someone whose father was murdered. Could you at least be a little more devastated?
yeah. So that was my 4th as well. Yeah. Who's your 3rd?
Then I suppose, yes, it would have been the Master
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah. But he's my number 3 as well.
That somewhere in between, like, at least it isn't this, but it isn't that sort of thing.
Yeah, he was more emotive, but he wasn't like,
Yes.
he was delivering the lines, but he wasn't like in the character like the other two
Yes.
that we talked about were. So yeah,
So that's what we need.
that's number 3. So
Yeah.
who's okay? First and second place is gonna be tough.
Yes.
Who would be your number 2, and then who'd be number 1? Like, who was the best and who was second best? We'll go with second best first.
I suppose maybe Sherlock, because there
Okay.
is such a thing as overacting.
True. Yeah. Which is
Right.
kind of his thing.
Whereas Master Nova, he seemed to finally have that exact balance that I was looking for. Oh yes, drama, but not so much that it looks like you're in a silent film doing exaggerated miming.
Right. Yeah. Those are my choices as well. I was Moriarty, the Master, Sherlock, the Doctor. Believe it or not, I'm not going to crap all over David Tennant. He's a fantastic actor, obviously. Yeah, I think Tennant found the perfect balance of delivering the lines in a believable way, but also being in character where you could feel his despair.
Yes.
Whereas Benedict's was fine. It was good. He's a fine actor. They all are. They're all great actors. But Benedict's was very... like, a little too much. But I also appreciated like he loses himself in characters, even if he's playing a CGI dragon. I'm not. He does. He just loses himself in the character really well. So it was like watching him. I think he kind of plays the same. Like when he's in the character, he kind of plays it the same way every time. All the behind the scenes stuff of him playing Smaug. It's like you could correlate with him playing Hamlet too, because it's always like he's in it. Maybe too much because he doesn't know when to draw it back. Where I think Tennant had a really good thread on the emotion that Hamlet's going through. But he was the only one that felt just, like I said, despair and just the weight of the situation that Hamlet was in and what had just happened. Whereas Cumberbatch was doing it as well, but he was playing a little too much. I think we've agreed on that. Overacting a little bit.
Not too much, but only a little.
Yeah. Like I still would have. Yay! At the end, I would have been like, and where the other two were more understated. And Andrew Scott's, I didn't think it was very good. I just think it was so flat and emotionless, like you said, what had just happened to Hamlet. Well, like you can be emotionally unavailable due to a traumatic event, but I didn't get that. I just got that he was reciting lines, and I'm sorry, Andrew. They're gorgeous, but of the four, in our opinion, yours was the weakest link. Goodbye.
How interesting that we saw this not too long after seeing Pearl.
Yeah.
And now we're judging these 4 actors.
Yeah, there you go. And I also like that Tennant's took place on like a set. It was a 360-degree set. It was like he was playing to the camera. Or so was John Sim. But his was more intimate, like into the camera. Where Tennant was using the space he had. So was Benedict, but I don't know, Tennant just really was head and shoulders above the other ones as far as like acting as in my head, how I would perceive Hamlet to be acting. And I've seen performances of Hamlet, and they've been okay. But if I'd seen that, oh, give me that. I might have searched that Hamlet out, Tennant's Hamlet, to watch that for a reaction review in the future. Because I would also like to see Sherlock's as well. Why not? It would just be interesting to see, him like flail around the stage. But it was just cool to see Tennant just really get into the emotion, and not be so chained to the emotion like Sherlock was. I guess if that makes sense. So
I can see it.
Yeah, but yeah, we agreed on our 4-1, 4-3-2-1. So maybe I will try and search out if it's available. I'm sure it is. Hopefully somewhere there's video of it here.
Oh yeah.
Of David Tennant's take on Hamlet. It seems really intriguing. Like really intriguing.
Yes.
So
it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. See, it was never about him as an actor. I know some people had a problem with that. They're like, "Oh, you don't like David Tennant." No, I think David Tennant's fantastic.
Yes.
It's
it was how he was written.
Yes, people like to jump on my case about shit. Like if you can't distinguish actor from role and that they can be two different things, then I don't have anything nice to say after that. So it's troubling. It's mentally troubling to me that people can't do that. So yeah. Like if I saw David Tennant, I'd be like, "Oh my god, you were the worst Doctor. Get away from you." I'd be like, "No, I've seen you in many other things, and I didn't like your take on the Doctor, but I think you were great in this and this and this and this. You were a great Kilgrave, like in Jessica Jones. You're fantastic. Yes. Where's your wife? Want to go on a date? Hey, old men are sexy too."
That is true.
All right, this is very cool to watch. I've had it in the chamber for a while. We just didn't have time. I know it's 5 minutes long, but we'd have like so much other stuff to watch. And before we delve back into the Doctor Who choo-choo, I'll take a little detour with this. So that's all. Anything else you'd like to add about this little short thing we watched?
Yes.
Okay.
If there are any other things like this that you would recommend, please leave a comment below. I'd love to see more things like this.
Yes. If you're a patron, let us know. We will entertain First and foremost, Patreon requests, of course. So there is a there's a tier on Patreon that you can recommend something longer. I chose this one because it was shorter, but there's a tier on Patreon where if you want to suggest like a movie or whatever, you can. So if you're into
Thank you
that,
so much.
check that out. Yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. Let us know down in the comments below. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rank them for us. Do you agree with us? Are we completely backwards for you? And if you want to, let us know why. And be civil. Or don't. Whatever. I've tried being nice for years now. It just doesn't work. As always, I don't have a fancy outro. So I will simply say thank you for watching. And we will see you in the next one if you choose to come back. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.